Welcome back to Science in Sleeping. I'm so glad you're here again, another night, another chance to rest, to breathe, and to gently wander into the mysteries of the universe. Tonight, we're drifting into the quiet depths of quantum physics, a world where even the smallest particles hold secrets of calm and creation. You don't need to understand every detail, and you don't need to stay awake to follow along. Just let the sound of these words guide you softly into stillness. Let your mind float like a feather suspended in twilight, somewhere between wakefulness and dreams. If this is your first time joining us, welcome to a space where science meets serenity. Here, we explore fascinating facts and cosmic concepts in a way that gently soothes the mind, because learning, when done slowly and peacefully, can become its own kind of meditation. Our goal tonight is simple: to help you rest, while letting your imagination drift through the starlit corridors of quantum reality. Maybe you've had a long day. Maybe your thoughts have been looping endlessly. Maybe you've tried to fall asleep, but your mind keeps whispering its list of things undone. That's perfectly all right. Right now, you're allowed to pause, to simply exist. You don't need to achieve, to remember, or to perform. This is your time, quiet, unhurried, entirely your own, if you like. You can close your eyes now. Feel the weight of your body sinking gently into the bed. Notice the rhythm of your breath, slow, effortless.com. Each inhale brings in cool stillness. Each exhale releases the noise of the day. The muscles around your eyes relax, your shoulders soften. The tiny tension behind your thoughts begins to dissolve. You're safe here. You're exactly where you need to be. I'd love to know where you're watching from and what time it is for you. Some of you might be in the quiet early hours of the morning. Others may be somewhere far across the world, where the night sky looks entirely different. Yet somehow, right now, we're sharing the same moment, connected by curiosity and by the wish for a gentler night. Tonight's story is about the invisible dance of energy that shapes everything we know. Quantum physics, the science that peeks behind the curtain of reality. It tells us that the smallest pieces of our universe are not solid at all. They are waves, vibrations, patterns of probability. And in their randomness lies something astonishingly peaceful. A reminder that uncertainty isn't chaos, it's creation. And even in the smallest movement, there is purpose, just like your breath, rising and falling, creating harmony in your body. As we journey through this story, you don't have to focus or even stay awake. Your subconscious will listen for you. And if you drift away halfway through a sentence, that's perfectly fine. That's the point. Let the words blend into your dreams like soft ocean waves. Sometimes learning doesn't happen through effort. It happens through rest, through surrender, through stillness. So now, settle in, adjust your pillow, feel the fabric beneath your skin. Let your body feel heavier, grounded, connected. Outside, the night continues its quiet rhythm. And inside, your thoughts begin to slow. Imagine yourself floating gently through starlight, passing through constellations that shimmer and fade, each one whispering a little secret of the universe. And somewhere, in the vast distance, the story begins. The story of how quantum physics reveals the magic hidden in stillness. How the tiniest particles of light move like dreams through endless night. And how, in every atom, the same calm rhythm of the cosmos beats quietly within you. So rest easy, Breathe deeply and allow the universe to unfold, one peaceful moment at a time. Have you ever wondered what truly happens when you close your eyes at night? When the world fades, the sounds soften, and time itself seems to dissolve. Have you ever felt in that moment before sleep, as though you were floating between two realities, the one you know and another that feels infinite, that gentle, timeless space between waking and dreaming has something in common with the deepest mysteries of science. It's where quantum physics begins, where uncertainty is not confusion, but creation itself. Picture yourself standing on the edge of an endless ocean. The air is cool, and above you, the night sky stretches endlessly. Each star is reflected on the water's surface, trembling like light caught in a slow heartbeat. You take a breath, and the horizon ripples gently. As you look closer, you realize the ocean isn't made of water at all. It's made of shimmering particles of light, each one blinking in and out of existence, dancing in patterns you can't quite see. That's what our universe is like, beneath everything solid. Every object, every thought, every breath, all of it made of tiny quanta, particles that act like waves, and waves that act like particles. In this world, certainty fades, and possibility takes its place at its core. Quantum physics asks a question that seems almost poetic. What if reality itself is built on maybes? What if everything we see, your hands, the air, the stars, is not fixed, but constantly shifting? Scientists discovered that the smallest pieces of matter, called subatomic particles, don't behave like tiny marbles. They shimmer, they appear, and disappear. They exist in many places at once until they're observed. Only when we look do they decide where to be. This is called the observer effect. It suggests something beautiful, that our awareness might be woven into the fabric of the universe, that consciousness itself could be a quiet participant in reality. Did you know that when you touch a solid object, you're not actually touching it? The atoms in your hand and the atoms in the object never really meet. They're held apart by fields of energy. What you feel as contact is actually resistance, the push of invisible quantum forces. Everything we perceive as solid is, in truth, mostly empty space. It's the dance of energy that creates the illusion of form. So, even as you lie there, your body resting, your breath slow and steady, you are not a single solid thing. You are a vast constellation of energy fields, humming softly together, like a quiet song only the universe can hear. In the early 20th century, scientists like Planck, Einstein, and Schrödinger tried to understand this hidden rhythm. They discovered that light can behave both as a wave and as a particle, that matter itself can vibrate between existence and potential. They found equations that describe this dance. But more than that, they discovered wonder. They saw that reality was not a machine, but a mystery, a story written in probabilities. In the realm of quantum physics, nothing is entirely still, even when you sleep. Your atoms are vibrating, your cells glowing faintly with energy. Every electron in your body is oscillating with the same rhythm that shapes stars. You are, in every measurable way, part of the same cosmic orchestra that plays across galaxies. Imagine that for a moment. You are lying under the night sky. The stars above you are pulsing in silence, and every pulse, every flicker of light, is echoed within you the same physics that governs their glow is humming inside your cells. You are the universe, learning about itself. Through thought, through rest, through dreams. Even your brain, as it drifts toward sleep, begins to mirror this quantum dance. Neurons fire in unpredictable bursts, creating waves that move like tides of probability. Your consciousness flickers between awareness and surrender, between knowing and not knowing, between form and possibility. In that rhythm, the boundaries of self begin to blur. You dissolve into the field that connects all things. Some scientists suggest that consciousness might not arise from the brain, but might be something deeper, a field of awareness that the brain merely tunes into, like a radio catching a cosmic broadcast. If that's true, then every sleeping mind is connected through invisible threads of energy. Every dream, every moment of silence may be part of a greater quantum field, a vast ocean of awareness beyond time and space. And maybe, just maybe, sleep is how we return to that field, how we remember what we truly are, not separate beings, but notes in one infinite song. As you breathe, imagine those tiny particles within you glowing softly, each one humming with the memory of stars, each one carrying the story of creation. When you inhale, you draw in air that was once part of ancient stars. When you exhale, you release atoms that may someday form another world. In the smallest movements of your breath, the universe recycles itself, over and over, eternally, gracefully, quietly. There's comfort in that, isn't there? Knowing that even in stillness, you are part of something vast. That rest is not an absence of activity, but a deeper kind of participation. The particles that make you are never still. They are simply finding harmony, just as you are now. You don't need to chase thoughts or answers. You don't need to solve the mysteries of the universe. You are the mystery. You are the equation already balanced. And as you rest tonight, the quantum world continues its gentle hum. The waves of probability collapse into the calm certainty of sleep. Your breath sinks with the slow rhythm of stars, and the universe keeps dreaming through you. So now, let the thought drift away. Feel yourself floating through a field of light and stillness. Your body soft, your mind open, your awareness fading gently into warmth. The quantum world will keep moving, keep shimmering, keep unfolding its stories. And when you wake, it will still be there, quietly alive within every atom of you. But for now, there is nothing to learn, nothing to remember, only the soft hum of energy cradling you, only the quiet rhythm of existence breathing beside you. And as you drift further, know that the next chapter will take us deeper, deeper into the strange and soothing heart of the quantum realm, where space and time begin to bend like dreams, and the universe whispers softly that you are both wave and particle, both the dream and the dreamer. Have you ever wondered how light knows where to go? How it travels from a distant star through the black ocean of space and finds its way to your eyes? How something so weightless, so fragile, can journey billions of years just to whisper its story to you? That question lies at the very heart of quantum physics, and its answer is stranger and more beautiful than anyone could have imagined. Imagine you are standing in a quiet field at night. The air is still, and above you the stars burn with ancient light. You hold out your hand, and you can almost feel the faint warmth of their glow. Now, imagine that a single particle of light, a photon, has just left one of those stars. It drifts across the emptiness for eons, through clouds of dust and invisible storms of energy, until finally it reaches you and touches the back of your eye. That single spark of light becomes sight, becomes awareness, becomes beauty, and in that simple act, the universe has completed a conversation with itself. But what truly happens along that journey? When physicists studied light, they discovered something deeply unsettling. Light behaves sometimes like a wave, spreading out smoothly like ripples on water, and other times it behaves like a tiny particle, a single bead of energy. How can it be both? They wondered. How can something be in two forms at once? This paradox is called wave-particle duality, and it's one of the great mysteries of all science. To understand it, imagine dropping two pebbles into a still pond. The ripples from each pebble move outward, overlapping, creating patterns of light and shadow. Where the ripples meet, they build or cancel each other, creating delicate waves of harmony. Now imagine, instead of water, it's not pebbles, but particles, electrons, or photons. When scientists sent single particles through an experiment called the double-slit experiment, they expected to see two lines appear on the screen behind the slits, like little bullets passing through openings, but instead, they found something incredible. Each particle behaved as if it were a wave. Interfering with itself, it created a pattern of many bands, as though it had traveled through both slits at once. Then came the truly astonishing part. When scientists watched, when they measured which slit the particle passed through, the interference pattern disappeared. The particle suddenly behaved like a solid, choosing only one path. It was as if the act of observation itself changed reality, as if the universe was waiting to see whether someone was looking. Before deciding what it would be, this simple experiment has puzzled generations of scientists. And yet, it reveals something profoundly comforting too. Reality is not a cold, fixed machine. It is alive, aware in some quiet way. It responds. It listens. It dances to the presence of attention, just as you change when someone truly sees you. The universe, too, shifts when consciousness touches it. Now, close your eyes for a moment. Imagine you are that photon of light. Born in the heart of a distant sun, you burst free from a storm of plasma. Traveling outward through endless dark, you pass through fields of gravity, through the silent swirl of galaxies. Time itself stretches around you, slower, softer, for you as light. The journey feels like a single instant. You leave and you arrive at the same moment. In the realm of quantum physics, distance and time fold like dreams, and suddenly, you realize the universe does not move in straight lines. It loops, it hums, it vibrates with possibility. Did you know that in quantum mechanics, particles can be entangled? That means two particles, once connected, remain linked no matter how far apart they travel. If one particle spins, the other reacts instantly. Even across light years of space, Einstein called this spooky action at a distance. But today, scientists see it as one of the purest expressions of unity. It tells us that separation is an illusion, that everything, you, me, the stars, the breath you take right now, are parts of a single field. whispering to itself across the fabric of existence. Maybe that's why sleep feels so peaceful, because in sleep we let go of our boundaries. Our thoughts dissolve, our sense of I softens, and we return to that field of connection. The same quantum field that links particle to particle, wave to wave, dream to dream. Imagine lying on the surface of a calm lake under a velvet sky. The water is so smooth it reflects the stars perfectly. Now toss a single pebble, the ripples move outward, touching every star reflected there. That's what you are, a ripple of awareness touching everything. Every thought, every feeling, sending waves across the infinite field of being. And those ripples never truly fade. They travel outward forever, mingling with others, creating a symphony of motion that becomes the universe itself. In the silence between breaths, you can almost feel it, can't you? That subtle hum beneath everything. That sense that the world is not made of things, but of moments. Moments connected by unseen threads of light. Quantum physics reminds us that what we call reality is not a fixed surface. It's a dance, endless, fluid, luminous. It is uncertainty made beautiful. It is the unknown holding you gently, whispering that it's safe to rest, that not knowing is part of being alive. There's a quiet comfort in that thought, because so much of our worry comes from wanting to be certain. We want to know what tomorrow will bring. We want to see every path clearly, but in the quantum world, certainty doesn't exist, and yet, somehow, everything still holds together. The stars still burn, the atoms still hum, your heart still beats, even in uncertainty. There is order, even in mystery, there is meaning. You don't have to solve the equation tonight. You don't need to hold on to every idea. Just let it drift. Let it flow through your dreams. Imagine the particles in your body slowing down, each one shimmering softly, moving in waves of calm. You are both the observer and the observed, both wave and particle, both dream and dreamer. You are light, folding and unfolding across time. You are the question and the answer, resting in the same breath. So breathe in the uncertainty, breathe out the need to control, and feel yourself becoming lighter. You are floating now in that field of infinite possibilities, a field that has no edge, no center, only calm, only motion, only connection. The same laws that govern the birth of stars govern your heartbeat. The same quantum probabilities that shape the cosmos are pulsing within you. As you drift deeper, imagine waves of silver light flowing through your mind. They wash away the leftover noise of the day, the lists, the worries, the little echoes of unfinished thoughts. Each one dissolves into soft ripples of nothingness, leaving only stillness behind. This stillness is not empty, it's alive with quiet energy, the same energy that once created worlds from silence. And even now, it breathes through you, through every particle, every moment, every dream, and as you rest, the experiment continues, the cosmic experiment of being, the universe observing itself through your eyes, through your heartbeat, through your sleep. You don't have to hold it, you only have to allow it. The story continues without effort, without strain. As you let go, you fall into perfect alignment with the rhythm of creation. So, as your breath deepens and your awareness softens, let the waves of light carry you further, beyond thought, beyond time, beyond the edge of knowing, into the quiet dance where particles and waves become one, where science and serenity finally meet, and where, somewhere far away, a single photon continues its endless journey, bringing the light of a distant star straight into your dream. Now rest, let the story continue in the background of your mind, like a river flowing in darkness, and when you wake, the world will still be shimmering with the same mystery, the same quiet beauty that you have always been a part of. Have you ever felt someone thinking of you before they called, or dreamed of a person moments before they appeared in your waking life? Have you ever sensed, without words, the mood of someone across the room? That invisible connection we sometimes feel, that quiet knowing, may not be magic or coincidence at all. It may be something deeper, something written into the physics of existence itself. Tonight, as you rest in the quiet dark, we drift into one of the most mysterious ideas in science: quantum entanglement, a phenomenon that challenges every idea we've ever had, separation and individuality. It tells us that connection is not made through touch or speech, but through something older, quieter, and infinite, a thread woven into the fabric of reality itself. Picture yourself standing in a vast hall of mirrors. Each mirror reflects another, stretching endlessly in every direction. When you move your hand, your reflection moves too, not later, not sooner, but instantly. Entanglement works in a similar way. When two particles become connected, their fates are intertwined. No matter how far apart they drift, whether inches or galaxies, they remain part of one single system. If one particle spins, the other responds, instantly, silently, defying space and time. This discovery startled even the greatest minds. Einstein called it spooky action at a distance, because according to classical physics, nothing should travel faster than light, and yet, somehow, information between these particles seems to move instantly. No signal, no delay, no visible bridge, just perfect connection. It was as if the universe itself was whispering, "There is no distance between things that are truly connected." Now close your eyes and imagine two glowing points of light floating in darkness. You watch as they spiral around each other like twin stars. Then, with a shimmer, they drift apart. One moves left, the other right. One disappears beyond the curve of the cosmos. And yet, if one changes, the other feels it instantly. Though light years apart, their bond cannot be broken. This isn't science fiction. This is reality. This is what the universe is made of. And if everything began as one infinite burst of light and energy, then everything remains entangled still. Every atom in your body once shared space with the heart of a star. Every breath you take was once part of an ancient cloud of dust, and every heartbeat echoes through the same quantum field that vibrates in galaxies far beyond your sight. You are not separate from the world around you. You are the continuation of it, a living thread in the cosmic web. Did you know that entanglement is so powerful that scientists can create pairs of entangled photons in a lab, send them to opposite sides of the planet, and still observe them mirroring each other perfectly? This has already been proven through experiments across mountains, through fiber optics, even through satellites. The universe doesn't seem to care about distance. Connection exists outside of space and time, and that means every interaction, every word, every act of kindness ripples through the field of everything. Nothing is truly lost. Nothing is truly forgotten. Every energy we release becomes part of the grand pattern. Perhaps that's why human emotions can feel so contagious, why one smile can soften a room, why a moment of silence can be shared by thousands. Perhaps our consciousness is entangled too, not just through metaphor, but through physics, through the hidden network that binds all existence together. Imagine, for a moment, you could see those threads. Thin lines of silver light weaving between everything, between stars, between atoms, between souls, each one shimmering, alive, vibrating softly like the string of a cosmic instrument. As you breathe, you feel the gentle tug of those threads around you. Not heavy, not binding, but comforting, like the warmth of belonging. You are connected to everything you've ever loved, and everything that has yet to love you. That connection cannot be broken, because it was never made, it simply is. Quantum physicists now believe that entanglement may be the key to understanding space itself. That may be the geometry of the universe, the curves of galaxies, the texture of space-time, are all built from threads of entanglement. Like a vast tapestry woven from invisible bonds, if you could zoom far enough out, you would see that every moment, every place, every person is one shimmering knot in a cosmic quilt that stretches forever. And your dreams, too, are part of it. They ripple through the same field, creating new patterns of possibility. As you lie there, breathing gently, feel that quiet hum beneath your skin. The atoms in your body are speaking in quantum language, vibrating in patterns that mirror the heartbeat of the stars. And though you cannot hear it, the entire cosmos is whispering back. You are part of its rhythm. You are one of its many beautiful echoes. There's a strange peace in knowing that separation is only an illusion, because it means you have never truly been alone. Every thought, every sigh, every heartbeat has always been heard somewhere. Somehow, the energy you send into the world is received, amplified, transformed, like a ripple traveling endlessly through the ocean of being. Even in silence, you are communicating. Even in stillness, you are connected. Now imagine drifting through space. You float among glowing threads that weave and shimmer all around you. They twist gently, connecting stars to stars, planets to moons. Each vibration carries a memory, a conversation between atoms. You reach out, and one thread brushes against your hand. It hums softly, and suddenly you feel everything: the birth of stars, the quiet of oceans, the laughter of distant lives, all of it pulsing together in perfect unity. This is entanglement, not as formula, but as feeling, as awareness, as love, as the pulse of everything that ever was. Did you know that when quantum computers work, they rely on entanglement to hold vast amounts of information at once? Each qubit, instead of being just 1 or 0, can be both in a superposition, connected to all others simultaneously. In that sense, your dreams tonight might be the universe running its own computation, a soft, beautiful process of understanding itself. Through you, the deeper you drift, the more that idea feels natural. That the universe is conscious, curious, playful. That it is not watching you from afar, but living through you. Every breath, every heartbeat, every spark of thought, all of it is the universe exploring its own reflection. And in sleep, it finally gets to rest with itself. the observer and the observed united in quiet stillness. As you feel yourself melting into the mattress, your breath slowing, your muscles sinking deeper, you become aware of that infinite field of connection, the one that holds every dream, every life, every possibility. It stretches beyond galaxies, beyond time, beyond the reach of words, and yet it feels as close as your next inhale. That is the paradox of quantum truth: infinite distance, instant contact, nothing between, and yet everything in between. It is the perfect symmetry of being. So, if tonight you dream of someone, if you feel a warmth, a presence, a memory of a voice, maybe it's not imagination. Maybe it's the quiet thread of entanglement reminding you that love is woven into physics itself, that connection is not made but remembered, that we were never truly apart. Now let go. Let your thoughts scatter softly like particles finding rest. The field will hold you. The universe will remember your rhythm. And as you drift deeper into the ocean of night, know that everything that exists, from atoms to galaxies, is swaying to the same eternal heartbeat, the hum of entanglement, the music of togetherness. So breathe. Float in the glow of infinite connection. Let your awareness dissolve into that golden web. And as your mind quiets, the next story will begin. A journey deeper into the folds of quantum space, where time begins to stretch and the future and past breathe side by side. Have you ever dreamed of something that later came true? A place you've never seen, yet somehow recognized? A face that felt familiar, though you couldn't name it? What if those moments were not coincidence, but glimpses through the thin fabric of time itself? Have you ever wondered whether the future is truly ahead of you, or if it already exists, waiting, still, untouched, like pages of a book you've yet to read, and your consciousness simply flips between them, one dream at a time? Tonight, as the stars drift quietly outside your window, let's travel beyond the ticking of clocks, beyond calendars, beyond seconds and minutes, into the strange and beautiful realm where physics meets eternity, where time itself unravels and begins to breathe. Imagine you are floating in deep space, no sound, no gravity, only the slow rhythm of your heartbeat around you. Galaxies spin like glowing spirals of dust, and yet, from here, nothing seems to move at all. Everything, stars, planets, even light, because at the speed of light, time itself stops flowing. And from that timeless perspective, the entire universe exists all at once, past, present, and future, side by side. Einstein once said, "For those who understand physics, the distinction between past, present, and future is only a stubborn illusion." To most, it sounded poetic, but to quantum scientists, it was literal. They discovered that particles don't obey the usual rules of cause and effect. Sometimes, a particle's behavior in the present depends on a choice made in the future, as if the universe already knows what's coming, as if every moment is already written, and consciousness simply moves through them like a traveler through rooms of light. Now picture time not as a river flowing in one direction, but as an ocean, still and infinite. Every moment, every memory, every dream, every heartbeat exists as a ripple in that ocean. You are not drifting forward, you are diving deeper, moving through layers of reality that already exist. like descending into the depths of a sea that holds every version of you, the one who loved, the one who lost, the one who will someday find peace. All are there, waiting, shimmering like reflections on the surface of forever. Did you know that in quantum experiments, particles can be entangled across time as well as space? That means one particle in the present can influence another in the past, as if the future were whispering backward through reality, telling the past what to do. This is called temporal entanglement, and it suggests that time may be far more fluid than we ever imagined, like a dream that rearranges itself the moment you try to recall it. Perhaps that's why dreams sometimes carry fragments of tomorrow. Why intuition can feel like memory. Why déjà vu hums softly like an echo. Your mind may not just recall the past, it may remember the future. Because memory itself might be a quantum process, a field of probabilities, collapsing into what you call now. As you breathe gently, feel how each inhale stretches the present moment wider. Each exhale melts a little more of time away, until only stillness remains. In that stillness, you are not yesterday or tomorrow. You are the observer, the consciousness that moves through them both. The physicist Carlo Rovelli once said, "The world is made not of things, but of events." And what is an event but the meeting point of time and awareness? The universe doesn't see objects, it sees interactions, vibrations in the fabric of existence. So what if dreams are your consciousness observing the quantum events your waking self cannot? Moments unfolding outside of ordinary sequence, a whisper from one reality to another. Imagine lying inside a sphere of silver light around you. Tiny particles shimmer like dust motes suspended in air. They flicker in and out of existence here, then gone. They do not age, they do not decay, they simply are. Now imagine your thoughts are like those particles, appearing, vanishing, reappearing in new patterns. Each thought creates a version of reality. Each memory folds into another. And every possibility exists somewhere, always. This is not fantasy. This is the quantum multiverse, where time does not flow, but unfolds. Like petals of a flower, blooming in infinite directions at once. In that sense, you are living all your lives at once. You are the child dreaming of stars. You are the elder remembering oceans. You are the future self, smiling at the peace you have yet to feel. And somewhere, in a dream beyond this one, they are all dreaming of you. Did you know that when you sleep, your brain waves slow into patterns that mirror quantum coherence? Billions of neurons synchronize like a symphony, creating a resonance, a living waveform of consciousness. In that moment, your mind may be bridging dimensions of memory, touching places where time folds softly upon itself. That's why, in dreams, you can move through decades in seconds, or meet those you've lost as though no time has passed at all. Because, in truth, none has. In the deepest layers of existence, time is not measured, it is felt. Now imagine drifting through a dream corridor. Each door you pass glows faintly with light. You see your childhood still unfolding, still alive, behind another. You glimpse a moment that has not yet happened, a sunrise, a conversation, a choice. Each time you walk by, the door hums softly, inviting you to step through, but you don't need to. Because all doors lead to the same place, the center of awareness, the still point that exists beyond time if you listen closely. You might hear a soft ticking, not from a clock, but from the pulse of your own mind, measuring not seconds, but possibilities, collapsing one reality into being with every heartbeat. That's how time feels real. Because your awareness chooses one frame out of infinite frames each moment, like film running through a projector. But outside that light, the film strip is complete. The entire story, already written, already whole. Perhaps this is what ancient mystics felt when they spoke of eternity. Not endless time, but timelessness. A state where everything that ever was or will be already exists, and consciousness simply drifts across it, like a feather carried by invisible winds. Did you know that at the Planck scale, the smallest measurable distance in the universe, time loses all meaning? Below that, the equations break down. Moments blurred together into a single, unified vibration, the heartbeat of the cosmos itself. Perhaps sleep allows you to hear it again, the rhythm beneath time, the hum of creation between thoughts as you rest deeper. Let this idea wash over you gently, that your life is not a straight line, but a spiral, every experience returning, deepening, echoing with purpose. That's why you can feel nostalgia for things you've never known, or fear endings that haven't yet come, because your soul remembers all of it, the before, the after, and the in-between. Now, in this stillness, feel yourself dissolving into that timeless ocean. No beginning, no end, just quiet existence. Every dream you've ever had is rippling softly around you. Every version of you reaching out, whispering, "We are one continuum," the child, the dreamer, the scientist, the sleeper, all facets of the same infinite awareness. So breathe slowly. Feel the illusion of time fall away like sand through your fingers, each grain glowing with light, each one a moment, precious, infinite. Because in the quantum world, nothing truly disappears. Energy cannot be destroyed. It simply changes form. Your laughter becomes sound waves. Your thoughts become patterns in the air. Your dreams become signals in the field of forever. And as you drift further into rest, remember this: you are not moving through time. Time is moving through you. Each heartbeat a pulse of creation. Each dream a bridge between worlds. And when you finally sleep, you do not leave the world behind. You return to its source, to the place where all things, all stories, all stars exist as one. So let go. Let the past dissolve. Let the future wait. You are here. You are eternal. You are the observer. And as you sink softly into the night, the next story awaits. A journey into the geometry of dreams, where the universe begins to shape itself from thought alone, and the boundaries between imagination and reality quietly fade away. Have you ever felt that your dreams were more than stories? That they were blueprints, sketches of something real? Something quietly forming beneath your awareness? Have you ever woken from a dream so vivid that the world seemed to echo it, as if the dream had reached forward into waking life, leaving fingerprints on reality? What if that feeling wasn't imagination at all? What if your thoughts, even your half-remembered dreams, were shaping the universe around you in ways science is only beginning to understand? Picture yourself drifting through a calm midnight sea, the water dark as glass, every wave reflecting starlight in geometric ripples. hexagons, spirals, circles, expanding outward, each shape pulsing like a heartbeat of creation. This is not ordinary water, it is consciousness itself, the substance from which all reality flows. Every thought you think sends a ripple across its surface. Every emotion, a vibration that changes the pattern of light. This is the geometry of dreams, the living architecture of the quantum mind. Scientists call it the field, an invisible sea of energy that fills all of space. It connects every atom, every particle, every living being, and when something moves within it, even the faintest flicker of thought, the entire field responds. This idea, once philosophy, now finds echoes in quantum physics, in the way particles remain entangled across vast distances, in the way intention itself may alter outcomes in delicate experiments. Could consciousness be the organizing principle, the hidden geometer shaping the structure of existence? If so, then every dream you have, every wish, every silent hope is not meaningless. It's a pattern unfolding in the unseen. Now imagine your mind as a sphere of light. Inside it, ideas appear like constellations. Each thought, a star connected to others by thin lines of energy. When you focus on one, it brightens, its geometry expands, sending ripples through the field around you. This is how energy becomes form, how the formless becomes visible. Your thoughts are not contained within your skull. They radiate outward, gently shaping probabilities in the quantum realm. Those probabilities are the building blocks of reality. Your awareness is not passive, it is participatory. You are not watching the universe, you are co-creating it. Breath. Did you know that in experiments studying photons, particles of light, scientists found that their behavior changed depending on whether they were being observed, even when the observation occurred after the photons had already traveled, as if the future mind of the observer could rewrite the past behavior of light. This phenomenon, called the delayed choice experiment, defies linear time. It suggests that consciousness itself may loop through the fabric of reality, choosing which version of events becomes real. Now think of your dreams. They too rewrite your memories, your emotions, your inner geometry. You awaken changed, subtly different, and so the universe shifts with you in ancient traditions. This concept was called sacred geometry. Patterns like the flower of life, spirals of Fibonacci, shapes that mirror the growth of shells, galaxies, and human hearts. Modern physics now finds these same patterns in subatomic structures. Electrons orbiting in fractal harmony, magnetic fields coiling like spirals of infinity. There is a theory in physics called quantum superposition. It states that until observed, a particle exists in all possible states at once. A photon traveling in every direction, a particle both here and there. Only when we look, only when consciousness engages does it choose. The wave collapses into a single reality. So what if your dreams are the uncollapsed wave, all possibilities existing together? A place where your consciousness can explore without limitation, where you are not bound by the laws of physics or identity, where all timelines merge and unfold like petals of a cosmic flower. In your waking life, you experience one version of yourself, the one whose choices, memories, and emotions define the story you call me, but in sleep, you become all of them. The wave returns to its full, Infinite form, the observer rests, and the universe reclaims its fluidity. You dissolve into the quantum sea, drifting among the countless yous that make up the greater self, the cosmic consciousness that is both individual and infinite. Some physicists believe that what you call reality is a vast quantum computer, processing every possible outcome of every event simultaneously. Your consciousness might be the algorithm that navigates it, choosing one path to experience out of countless computations. When you sleep, that algorithm relaxes. It stops choosing. It starts observing again. And suddenly, all paths reopen. Dreams, then, might be the byproduct of your consciousness recalibrating across the multiverse, remembering its infinite potential before another day of linear time begins. Have you ever felt a strange emotion upon waking, a lingering sadness, joy, or nostalgia for something you can't recall? Those feelings are residue, echoes of another life's memory. Your mind remembers not the images, but the emotions that connected you to your other selves. And as you wake, they fade, like waves retreating into the sea. Yet somewhere in that other world, another you wakes with the same feeling, both of you wondering where the dream came from. There is something poetic in that symmetry, a shared whisper across worlds. Perhaps the universe designed consciousness not to be confined, but to connect, to allow every version of itself to know love, wonder, curiosity, through countless forms and faces, through endless nights and infinite stars. Now, imagine standing again in that corridor of mirrors. This time, you notice something. The reflections are moving slightly out of sync. One smiles when you do not. One looks past you, as though seeing something you cannot. And one, the one farthest away, steps forward. Closer to the glass, you feel its presence. A sense of recognition so deep it vibrates through your bones. It raises its hand, and you raise yours too. But this time, your palms don't meet glass. They meet light. The mirror dissolves, and for a heartbeat, you feel what it's like to be both of you at once. Every thought shared, every heartbeat mirrored. Two versions collapsing into one awareness. Then the light fades, and you are back. But you know something subtle has changed. The geometry of your soul has shifted. The universe has expanded ever so slightly. Quantum physicists call this wave function collapse. When multiple possibilities condense into a single experience, but perhaps it's more than math. Perhaps it's a moment of remembrance, of two realities merging in harmony, two dreams touching, two selves aligning for just an instant in eternity. So tonight, as you drift toward sleep, know that your dreams are not confined to fantasy. They are maps, gateways into other worlds that exist alongside this one. Each night you step through them, your consciousness crossing the boundaries of probability, exploring, observing, learning, and in doing so, expanding the awareness of the universe itself. Because the universe is not many worlds, it is one consciousness, dreaming as many, and you are one of its dreams. A ripple in the infinite ocean of being, an explorer of possibilities, a mirror reflecting the face of creation. So breathe softly now. Feel the countless versions of you breathing with you, each in their own world, each dreaming of another. The air hums with unity. The stars above shimmer like gateways. And somewhere, far beyond sight, all those dreams converge again into one field of light. one silence, one eternal awareness. And in that stillness, the boundaries dissolve completely. You are the dreamer, the dream and the dreamscape, the echo, the wave, and the watcher. Infinite and at peace, timeless and whole, drift now across the threshold of quantum mirrors into the next realm, where thoughts begin to shape the waking world, and the line between reality and imagination disappears entirely. Have you ever felt the stars watching you, not in a haunting way, but softly, as though they recognize something in you, something ancient and familiar, a flicker of awareness that mirrors their own? Have you ever looked at the night sky and felt, for a brief second, that it was not just you looking at it, but it, somehow, looking back? What if that feeling isn't imagination? What if it's a quiet truth your mind has always known, that the universe isn't just out there, but within that consciousness itself might be the very field from which every star, every atom, every heartbeat emerges? Picture yourself now, lying beneath a vast cosmic ocean, the sky above you a deep velvet tapestry, studded with points of silver light that shimmer and breathe. The air around you hums faintly, the kind of hum that comes not from sound, but from existence itself. You close your eyes, and in that stillness, you begin to sense a pulse, not just your heartbeat, but something greater, a rhythm that seems to echo through the fabric of everything, the pulse of the universe itself, and it beats in time with you. Physicists once believed that the universe was purely mechanical, a cosmic clockwork of matter and motion, but quantum physics shattered that illusion. It revealed something stranger, something alive with mystery. At the smallest scales of existence, reality behaves like an idea, fluid, uncertain, dependent on observation. Particles do not exist as definite things until they are observed. Before that, they remain in a cloud of potential, everywhere and nowhere, pure possibility. And what collapses that field of possibility into one reality is not force, not gravity, but awareness. In experiments, physicists have seen this truth emerge again and again. The double-slit experiment. A beam of light passing through two slits behaves as both wave and particle until someone observes it, and then the wave collapses. The potential chooses. The photon becomes one thing, one path, only when a conscious observer engages. It's as though the universe waits for your attention before deciding how to exist. Now imagine that on a cosmic scale. If your awareness can influence the behavior of a single photon, what if the universe itself, vast and ancient, is responding in subtle ways to the consciousness within it? Not just yours, but all consciousness. Every living being, every breath, every thought, a chorus of awareness shaping the very rhythm of existence. Some scientists call this the participatory universe, a term coined by physicist John Archibald Wheeler. He proposed that reality does not exist independently of observation, that the universe requires consciousness to bring it into being, that without awareness to perceive it, nothing would truly be. It is a radical thought that the stars above may shimmer because they are being seen, that galaxies may spin because awareness itself gives them purpose, that you, in some incomprehensible way, are part of the cosmic process of creation. Close your eyes now, and imagine that you are drifting through the night sky, weightless, silent, stars sliding past like glowing lanterns on an invisible tide, each one humming a tone, a note in the infinite song of being. You realize that you are not moving through the universe. You are moving as it, each star a neuron in a cosmic mind, each galaxy a thought, each heartbeat yours and the universe's, perfectly synchronized. Did you know that certain physicists and philosophers now believe that consciousness might be a fundamental aspect of reality, not an accidental byproduct of evolution, but an inherent quality of existence itself? They call it panpsychism, the idea that everything from the tiniest electron to the largest galaxy contains a flicker of awareness, a spark of experience, that perhaps the universe is not a cold, empty void, but a living field of perception. Each atom silently aware of its place in the grand design, each wave of light carrying not just energy, but attention. Imagine for a moment that you are made not of flesh and bone, but of pure awareness folded into matter, every cell in your body. Quantum mechanics tells us that at the smallest scales, events do not happen in a fixed order in certain experiments. Scientists have shown that cause and effect can blur, that the future can influence the past. A photon can behave one way after it is measured, as if it somehow knows what will happen. This is called retrocausality, and though it sounds like fantasy, it has been observed, mathematically proven. What it means is simple, and yet profound. Time may not be a river, but a loop, and the observer, you, helps determine how it flows. Now, as your body grows heavier with rest, let that idea settle in your mind like starlight, that your awareness isn't simply moving forward, it's weaving, looping, connecting. Your memories, your dreams, your desires, all part of a single timeless field. Perhaps that is why when you miss someone, you feel them even before they return, or why a memory can suddenly glow with new meaning years later. Because consciousness is not linear, it dances across the fabric of time, lighting up moments that were waiting for you all along. Imagine a dream where you meet your future self, not as fantasy, but as reality already existing somewhere in that field. You walk together beneath strange constellations, talking softly about the choices that brought you both here. You realize your future self isn't ahead of you. They are beside you, just existing in another frame, another moment within the same vast pattern. You are connected, entangled across time, and in that connection you find comfort, because it means you are never truly lost. Every version of you exists somewhere, watching, waiting, whispering encouragement across the folds of time. As you drift further into sleep, you begin to feel that your breath itself is moving through time, each inhale gathering fragments of the past, each exhale releasing them into the future, a perfect cycle, infinite. You are both the traveler and the road, both the dream and the dreamer. And somewhere beyond what you can see, the universe is watching you dream. Not from the outside, but from within, because time itself, this strange, beautiful illusion, is the universe's way of telling its story, one heartbeat at a time. So let your thoughts drift now. Let your body grow still. Let the seconds dissolve into waves. You are floating in the quantum ocean of time, where every moment you've loved, every face you've missed, every dream you've yet to have, still exists, still shines, waiting for your awareness to visit again. Because time isn't lost, it's layered, and every heartbeat echoes through eternity. And somewhere beyond time, beyond dream, you are already at peace, already whole, already home. Have you ever dreamed of a life that felt too real to dismiss? A version of you who lived somewhere else, in a city you've never visited, with people you somehow recognized, their faces clear, their laughter familiar. And when you woke up, you felt that quiet ache, as if you'd left something behind. What if, in that dream, you didn't just imagine another life? What if you visited one? Tonight, we wander through the shimmering corridors of possibility, into the world of quantum multiverses, a realm where every decision, every breath, every flicker of choice creates a new version of reality, not fantasy, but physics. The strange and beautiful idea that you exist in more than one world at the same time. Close your eyes now. Imagine a vast ocean made not of water, but of light. Each wave a different universe. Each ripple a version of you in one. You are lying here, listening to this voice. In another, you are outside, watching stars flicker across the sky. In another still, you never found this moment. You are walking another path. But across all those worlds, a single awareness connects them, the quiet consciousness within you that drifts freely between them. The idea of many worlds began with a young physicist named Hugh Everett. He proposed that when quantum particles make a choice, they don't destroy the other possibilities, they branch. Every potential outcome continues to exist in a separate, parallel reality. And this happens not just in experiments, but constantly. Everywhere, every second, the universe, splitting and blooming like a tree of infinite light. Picture that now. A great cosmic tree stretching endlessly upward and outward. Each branch glowing faintly, each leaf trembling with life. You are one of those branches, and yet you are also all of them. In one world, you turned left, in another, right? In one, you said yes. In another, no. In one, you followed a dream. In another, you let it fade. And in all of them, you are learning, growing, moving toward something, the unity of all your possible selves. Did you know that at the quantum level, particles exist in a superposition, a state of all possibilities at once? Until observed, when you observe a particle, it chooses one path, but the others don't vanish. They continue elsewhere, in another universe, invisible but real. So if everything is made of quantum particles, then everything, including you, might exist in superposition too. You are both dreamer and explorer, both past and future, both this and that, a symphony of infinite versions, each playing its note in the music of creation. Imagine yourself walking through a quiet forest at night. The air is cool, the sky a soft silver gray as you walk. You begin to see faint lights in the trees, little doorways of shimmering mist, and behind each one you glimpse another you, one dressed differently, one older, one younger, one laughing beneath a sun you've never seen, one standing still in rain. You pause, feeling them look back at you. No fear, just recognition, because deep down, you already know they are you, and somehow you are them in one world, perhaps. You are a scientist studying the stars in another, a musician composing songs about light in another, a quiet gardener who knows the secret rhythm of the soil, and in another still, you are simply floating in space, weightless, peaceful, a thought drifting through eternity. Each version of you carries a fragment of understanding. And though separated by invisible walls of probability, you sometimes sense each other through dreams, through déjà vu, through the whisper of intuition that says, "I've been here before." Quantum theory suggests that the multiverse is not just theoretical, that reality itself may constantly split, each moment fracturing into new layers of possibility. And though we can't perceive those splits consciously, our subconscious might. Perhaps that's why dreams often feel like portals, doorways through which your awareness slides into another reality. Just for a while, you wake up feeling changed, because somewhere you've been changed in another world. And the echo of that shift ripples back into this one. Now imagine standing at the center of all those versions of yourself, a glowing nexus of possibility, each alternate. You can feel their experiences, faint, distant, but real. Moments of joy, sorrow, wonder, courage. They pulse like signals through the fabric of space. And as you breathe, you begin to absorb their energy. You realize that all those lives are not separate stories. They are chapters in the same vast book, written by the same consciousness, yours. Did you know that according to quantum decoherence, the worlds that split from ours don't fade away? They just stop interacting. They drift apart like bubbles in a cosmic sea, each carrying its own timeline, its own sky, its own story, and perhaps, sometimes, in dreams, in moments of deep intuition, those bubbles brush against each other. For an instant, the walls thin, and awareness leaks through. That's when you feel the pulse of another you, a gentle tug, a memory you never made, a love you never lost, because on some level, you still live it. Close your eyes now. Imagine reaching through the veil, your hand passing through cool, shimmering light. You touch the hand of another you, a version who made a different choice. But you feel no regret, no confusion, only peace. Because you realize every choice you didn't make still found a home somewhere. Every dream you set aside still bloomed in another branch of reality. And the love, the courage, the hope that guided you exists in all of them. The multiverse isn't chaos, it's music, an infinite chord where each note is a version of you, together creating harmony. When you sleep, you drift through that chord, hearing faint echoes from other verses of the song, some bright, some strange, all beautiful. Each dream a glimpse into another measure of that cosmic composition. And as you listen, you realize something profound. The melody is one. The consciousness is one. Every atom in your skin, whispering in the same ancient language as the stars when you breathe. The universe breathes with you when you dream. The universe dreams itself through you. Because perhaps consciousness doesn't reside in you. Perhaps you reside in it, floating like a thought within the infinite mind of creation. Let's drift deeper still, past the stars and into the space between them, where light bends and silence becomes almost tangible. There, suspended in the vastness, you see filaments of golden light, threads connecting stars to galaxies. Galaxies, two clusters, a cosmic web glowing faintly in the dark. And in its pattern, you notice something familiar. It looks like the neural network of a brain, the universe itself, arranged like a mind. Every cluster of galaxies, a thought, every strand of light, a connection. And you realize maybe it's not a coincidence. Maybe the cosmos is thinking. Astrophysicists have mapped the large-scale structure of the universe, and they've found that it mirrors the architecture of the human brain. The number of connections between galaxies and stars is eerily similar to the number of synapses in the human mind. Could it be that your consciousness is a small echo of a larger one? That your thoughts are tiny ripples in the same ocean that gives birth to stars? That perhaps the universe itself is awake, and through you it is dreaming in that thought? There is both wonder and comfort, because it means you are never separate. Every time you look at the stars, you are not looking into the cold distance of space. You are looking into yourself, into the living awareness that made both you and the sky. And when you close your eyes at night, when you let your thoughts fade into stillness, you are returning to that same consciousness, to the source from which all experience flows. Did you know that your brain, even while you sleep, emits patterns of light, tiny flashes, biophotons that shimmer in the dark? It's as though every thought, every dream, is a miniature star being born, perhaps on some hidden quantum level. Those sparks communicate with the universe, aligning, syncing, becoming part of the same field of light that holds the galaxies together. Maybe that's why starlight feels familiar, because somewhere you recognize it as the same light that lives within you. And so, when physicists ask, what is the universe made of? The answer may not be matter or energy, but awareness. A vast sea of consciousness that takes form as stars and humans, as trees and oceans, as dreams and time. It is the same awareness that listens to these words now, the same awareness that watches the sky and wonders. So as you lie here, let your mind drift gently. Let your breath align with the rhythm of the cosmos. Feel how the space within your chest mirrors the space between the stars, both vast, both infinite, both alive. Each breath you take expands that connection. Each moment of stillness deepens it, until the distinction between self and universe fades, and you are simply awareness, the quiet witness behind all things. You are the listener and the sound, the observer and the observed, the dreamer and the dream. You are the consciousness that gives the stars their sparkle, the silence that gives the galaxies their space to sing. And tonight, as you sink into sleep, the universe will continue to unfold through you, every heartbeat sending ripples through time, every breath creating new patterns in the quantum field. You are not apart from it. You are it, the living awareness of existence, wrapped in the gentle illusion of individuality. So rest now. Let go of the idea that you are small. Let go of the thought that you are separate. You are starlight in human form, the universe, thinking, feeling, and loving through you. When you close your eyes, the stars are not above you. They are within you, and they whisper, "Welcome home." Have you ever woken from a dream that felt like a memory? A moment you had already lived but couldn't place, or glimpsed something, a person, a sound, a scene that you swore you'd seen before? That eerie sensation of déjà vu, the quiet whisper that time may not be as straight as it seems. Tonight, we drift into that mystery, into the folds of time itself, to see what physics and dreams might reveal about the secret shape of reality. Imagine now you are floating in darkness, not empty darkness, but deep, rich, velvet black space, the kind of space that feels alive, humming quietly beneath your skin, around you. Tiny particles shimmer like fireflies, appearing and disappearing in flashes. Each spark, a fragment of time being born. Each flicker, a story beginning or ending. And you, suspended in the middle, drifting gently through a sea of moments that stretch in all directions. We are used to thinking of time as a line, a single arrow moving forward, yesterday behind, tomorrow ahead, but the universe does not obey our clocks. At the smallest scales of quantum reality, time behaves not as a line, but as a fabric, woven with loops, folds, and shimmering threads of probability. Past and future ripple through each other like waves on water, sometimes colliding, sometimes merging, sometimes becoming indistinguishable. Physicists have long suspected that time itself might not exist the way we think it does. Einstein showed that time is not constant. It bends, stretches, and slows depending on motion and gravity. Clocks on fast-moving satellites tick differently than clocks on Earth. And near the edge of a black hole, time slows to almost nothing. A single second outside might feel like eternity within, but quantum theory takes it further, suggesting that time might be an illusion, a convenient construct for beings like us who experience events sequentially, when in truth the universe may exist all at once, every moment past, present, and future coexisting in a vast, timeless field. Close your eyes and imagine the timeline of your life not as a line, but as a glowing spiral of light, each loop representing a moment, every thought, every breath, every dream. As you drift through the spiral, you realize that every point still exists. It never vanished, it simply moved out of focus, like a star fading into the background as your gaze turns elsewhere, but it's still there, quietly burning, and perhaps, sometimes, in dreams. Your mind slips through that spiral, landing briefly on a moment you have already lived, or have yet to live. Did you know that in quantum physics, particles don't just move forward in time? They can also move backward in certain interpretations. Information flows both ways. The present can influence the past, just as the past influences the future. This strange symmetry is called time reversal invariance. And while we don't experience it consciously, it might explain those mysterious flashes of foresight, the dream that predicts a meeting, the instinct that saves you from harm, the uncanny feeling that time, somehow, is folding in on itself. Now, picture the moment you are in right now. This quiet evening, your body resting, your breath slow, the world outside dim and calm. You might think this moment is happening now, but according to relativity, there is no universal now. For someone moving differently, even on another planet, your now might already be their past. Time, then, is not a shared river, but a web, a vast network of perspectives woven together, each observer creating their own flow of moments. When you dream, that web becomes fluid. Your mind, no longer bound by logic or sequence, begins to wander through the folds of that web. It touches fragments of memory, but also fragments of possibility. Dreams are not bound by direction. You can remember the future as easily as the past, because, in truth, both already exist. Dreams may be the mind's way of swimming through the timeless sea of reality, where all moments are equally real, equally alive. Did you know that physicists like Julian Barber, believe that time doesn't flow at all. He proposes that every instant is a complete universe unto itself. Each now is a static frame in a cosmic film reel. And our perception of time moving is just consciousness scanning through those frames like a needle tracing a record. Each groove perfectly still, but together, creating the illusion of motion. When you dream, that needle drifts freely, no longer moving in order. You can jump from childhood to the stars, from future cities to ancient skies, because your mind is exploring the real itself, not the path along it. Now imagine yourself drifting deeper, the edges of your consciousness softening. You see before you an endless ocean of light, each wave shimmering with memories, possibilities, and unrealized moments. You reach out, and your fingertips brush the surface. Ripples of gold spread outward, touching other moments, moments that are you. Yet, not yet, each ripple, a choice, a heartbeat, a thought. Time becomes soft beneath your hand. You feel it move, bend, twist, and then dissolve, until you realize you are not inside time. Time is inside you. You are the song itself. So, perhaps, when you dream, you are not escaping reality. You are expanding it, exploring the quantum corridors of the self, meeting the infinite versions of your soul, and bringing their wisdom home each morning when you wake. You carry fragments of their light with you, guiding your choices, shaping your path. You are not just one being, you are an orchestra of infinite selves, playing across infinite skies, and each breath you take is an echo heard in 1,000 worlds at once. Now rest, feel the boundaries between all those versions begin to fade, the walls between worlds dissolving into soft light. There is no here, no there, no before, no after, only awareness, only being, only the quiet hum of infinite existence breathing through you. You are the dreamer, you are the dream, you are the universe exploring itself, one heartbeat, one possibility, one sleeping sigh at a time. So drift. Let the many worlds cradle you. Let their light surround you like 1,000 suns hidden behind clouds. You are safe, you are whole, and even as your consciousness slides into sleep, know that somewhere another you is waking. Another you is smiling at the same stars, and across the infinite sea of worlds, you are connected still. Because in every reality, in every dream, in every version of you that has ever existed, the same truth hums softly beneath it all. You are light, you are love, you are one. Have you ever wondered what reality really is? Whether the world exists on its own, or only when you look at it? It sounds like a strange question, doesn't it? But at the heart of quantum physics lies a mystery so profound that it challenges everything we think we know about existence. Because, according to quantum theory, the act of observation, the simple act of looking, doesn't just reveal reality, it creates it. It is something you shape moment by moment. With your awareness, imagine this: a single particle of light, a photon, travels through space. It approaches 2 slits in a thin barrier, and behind it, a screen waits to record its landing. If you don't look, the photon behaves like a wave. It passes through both slits at once, creating a pattern of interference, ripples of possibility. But the moment you observe it, the wave collapses. The photon chooses one path. It becomes a solid particle, one reality. and the other possibilities vanish into silence. This is the famous double-slit experiment, and its results echo like thunder through every corner of modern science, because it tells us that the observer you is not separate from the world you observe. You are woven into the very fabric of it. Your attention shapes what exists. Your gaze calls the universe into being. Now close your eyes and imagine that same experiment unfolding, not in a lab, but in your mind. Each thought you have, each feeling you hold, is a photon, a quantum of consciousness before you focus on it. It exists as a wave, a cloud of possibility. But the moment you observe it, the moment you name it, it collapses, it becomes real. Your attention has chosen, and that choice becomes your world. So when you lie here, eyes closed, body resting, the physical world fades into the background, your senses quiet, and what remains is awareness itself, the pure observer. And in this stillness, you begin to see the hidden truth of the cosmos, that everything you've ever experienced, every color, every sound, every touch, exists only because consciousness is there to perceive it. This is the observer's paradox, and it means that even in sleep, even in dreams, you are still shaping reality, perhaps not through movement or speech, but through awareness, through the silent act of witnessing. When you dream, your mind paints entire worlds, mountains, skies, faces, memories, each one vivid and complete. Yet when you wake, they dissolve, as though they never were. But for the dreamer inside the dream, those worlds were real. Every step, every word, every tear, real. For that consciousness, in that moment. And so maybe, dreams are more than imagination. Maybe they are quantum sandboxes, universes generated and explored by your awareness. Each night, you become the observer and the creator, the scientist and the experiment, the wave and the collapse, building and dissolving realities with every breath. Imagine now you are standing in an endless hall of mirrors, each mirror reflecting another version of you. But these reflections don't just mimic, they respond. When you tilt your head, they tilt theirs. When you breathe, they breathe too. You realize that every reflection exists because you look at it, and when you turn away, it fades, just like the quantum wave. Reality mirrors consciousness, and consciousness mirrors reality, until you can't tell which began first. Did you know that even at the smallest scales of the universe, particles behave differently when watched? They know when they are being measured. A phenomenon called the quantum observer effect. It's as if reality itself is shy, revealing only one of its many faces when someone is there to see it. Otherwise, it remains a dance of infinite potential, a shimmering mist of could-bes and maybes. Now let that thought rest gently in your mind, because in the quiet of sleep, your observing awareness does something extraordinary. It releases its grip. It lets go of defining, naming, choosing, and in doing so, you return to that wave-like state, a state of pure potential. You are no longer a single collapsed version of yourself. You are a field of infinite possibility, again, flowing, drifting. Untethered sleep, then, is not just rest. It is a kind of quantum reset, a dissolving of your identity into the sea of everything, a nightly reunion with the wave of all that you could ever be. And in that deep ocean, your mind reorganizes the particles of thought, the equations of being, preparing a new world for you to awaken to. You might think your dreams are random, but they are patterns of probability. Your subconscious exploring different paths your waking mind cannot. Each dream a version of the universe where you chose another door. Each vision a glimpse into the unseen, and when you awaken, you carry the imprint of those worlds back with you. A feeling, a symbol, a whisper, like a memory from another timeline, guiding your next observation, your next creation. So when you wake tomorrow and open your eyes to the light, remember this: you are not stepping into a world that exists independently of you. You are collapsing a wave, selecting one thread out of infinite possibilities. You are the observer, calling the day into form. With every look, every thought, every breath, think of how a sunrise looks different each day, even when seen from the same place. Because you are different, your awareness, your mood, your focus, they color the world anew. Reality is not fixed, it is alive, shaped by the gaze of consciousness, molded by attention, softened by love. And as you drift deeper now, let your awareness expand again. Feel the edges of your body dissolve, the boundary between you and everything else fading into the dark. You are not inside the universe. You are the universe, watching itself, learning itself, loving itself. Imagine now the stars outside your window, distant, ancient, patient, each one a witness, each one an observer, too. And perhaps the universe is a great network of awareness. Every star, every mind, every dreamer and dream, all participating in the grand act of creation, not through control, but through observation, through gentle attention. So as you sleep tonight, let your consciousness drift beyond the limits of this body, beyond this room, beyond this planet, until you are the observer of galaxies, the witness of cosmic birth, the silent presence behind all creation. And in that stillness, know that reality does not happen to you. It happens through you. When morning comes and you open your eyes again, you'll feel the faint hum of that truth. That every choice you make, every direction your gaze lingers, is a ripple in the fabric of existence. You are the artist painting the stars, the observer shaping the story, the dreamer awakening within the dream. So rest now, let the paradox dissolve into peace. Let the watcher and the watched become one. Because in this infinite field of awareness, there is no separation, only creation, only love, only the quiet, eternal breath of a universe, watching itself through you. Have you ever felt someone's presence from far away? A sudden thought of a friend, moments before they call. A warmth in your chest when someone you love smiles. Even if they're oceans apart, science once called this coincidence. But the quantum world whispers a different story. Tonight, we drift into that mystery, into a place where time and distance dissolve, where hearts, minds, and particles pulse together in an invisible rhythm that binds everything. This is entanglement, the strange, impossible truth that connection is not just emotional, it is physical, fundamental, written into the fabric of the universe itself. Close your eyes and imagine two tiny particles born together in a moment of creation. They spin away from each other, one left, one right, perhaps across a room, perhaps across galaxies, but somehow, no matter how far apart they drift, they remain linked. Their motions mirror each other perfectly, instantly, as if a hidden thread connects them. Stretching beyond space and time, when one changes, the other feels it. No signal, no delay, just instant knowing. Einstein called this spooky action at a distance. He couldn't believe it could be true, but decades of experiments have proven it again and again. Entanglement is real. It is how the universe communicates with itself. A silent conversation across infinite distance. And maybe it's the same hidden conversation we feel between human hearts. Picture the night sky now, each star glowing softly, every beam of light stretching across billions of years. And yet, beneath that vastness, everything is connected. Every atom in your body was once part of a star. Every breath you take contains particles that have drifted through ancient trees, through oceans, through others. The air you breathe has been shared by countless beings, each exhale linking you to all who ever lived. You are, quite literally, entangled with everything. Now imagine your heart, quiet and steady, beating in rhythm with someone else's, perhaps someone you love deeply, someone you haven't spoken to in years. Still, when you think of them, something stirs inside, a vibration, faint but unmistakable, that is your own kind of entanglement, not through wires or signals, but through shared experience, shared energy, a thread that continues to hum between you. Quantum entanglement defies distance. It laughs at separation, and so do we, because love, empathy, intuition, they behave in the same strange way. We feel people we cannot see. We sense moods before words are spoken. We dream of those we've lost, and wake up with the certainty that they are still near. Scientists now know that when particles become entangled, they behave not as two, but as one system, no matter how far apart. And maybe that's what we are, not isolated beings, but part of one vast living field of consciousness, a web of awareness stretching through time and space. Each of us a glowing node in a network of infinite connection. Imagine for a moment that your thoughts are ripples on a pond. When you feel joy, that vibration travels outward, touching others, even those you'll never meet. When you love, that energy expands across the field, resonating through the quantum sea. Perhaps when someone far away suddenly feels peace, it's because your heartbeat reached them. In a way, science is only beginning to understand. Did you know that your heart emits an electromagnetic field several feet wide, constantly interacting with the fields of others? This is measurable, observable. When two people stand close, their heart rhythms begin to synchronize, the body's own dance of entanglement. The heart becomes both signal and receiver, tuning into the emotional frequencies of others. And when you sleep, that resonance doesn't stop. Your dreams continue to pulse through that invisible field, your emotions rippling gently through the quantum ocean. Now imagine floating in that ocean, weightless and warm beneath the surface. You see shimmering threads of light, golden, blue, violet, stretching in every direction, connecting you to stars, to people, to memories. Each thread vibrates softly with a heartbeat, a pulse of energy and meaning. This is not fantasy, it is the living structure of reality. A web so vast that no part can move without touching another. And as you drift deeper into rest, you feel yourself merge with it. Every breath you take becomes the universe breathing. Every beat of your heart echoes across eternity. Quantum physics tells us that when entangled particles separate, they remain part of one state, a hidden unity beyond space, beyond time, and maybe that's what your soul truly is, not confined within your body, but spread across dimensions, entangled with every life you've ever touched, every memory, every version of you across the multiverse. When you dream of someone, perhaps it isn't imagination. Perhaps your consciousness is simply following those threads, finding the vibration that matches your heart. Meeting them halfway in the field of sleep, the dream becomes a bridge, a reunion beyond the limits of the physical, and when you wake, you carry the echo of that meeting, a feeling, a scent, a calm, knowing that they were near, because in a way, they always are. Now breathe softly, feel your chest rise and fall. Imagine that each breath sends ripples of calm through the field around you, like light waves through water. Somewhere, someone else feels it, an unexplained ease, a sudden comfort, a quiet moment of peace, because connection is never lost, only transformed. Energy doesn't disappear, it shifts, and consciousness, the deepest energy of all, moves freely. Always, scientists have entangled photons across kilometers. But imagine entangling hearts across worlds. Imagine that love itself might be the purest form of entanglement. A connection so deep that even death, even distance, cannot sever it. When you love, you create resonance. When you remember, you reawaken that thread. And when you forgive, you release waves of harmony through the field. The quantum heartbeat of the universe beats through you. It whispers, I am you, you are me, and we are everything. So as you drift deeper into sleep, let yourself feel those threads around you. Threads of people who've smiled at you once. Threads of those you've lost and still love. Threads of future friends waiting to meet you. They shimmer softly in the dark, not chains, but connections. Each one glowing gently with care, each one alive with the rhythm of the cosmos. You are not alone. You never were. You are part of a network older than time. A symphony of vibrations intertwined through the smallest particles of being. Your body is stardust, your mind is light, and your heart is the quantum drum, keeping time with the heartbeat of creation. Now feel that rhythm deepen, feel it slow, the beat of your heart merging with the pulse of the earth, the pulse of the stars, until there is no separation at all. You and the universe breathing together, in perfect synchrony, one pulse, one song, one infinite thread of love. So rest now, let those connections hold you. Let the threads hum quietly in the dark. You are safe within their weave. You are seen, you are known, you are loved. Even in silence, even in sleep, the quantum heartbeat continues, beating softly beneath every dream, whispering gently that nothing is ever truly apart. Not in this universe, not in any universe, not ever. Have you ever noticed how some moments feel endless, while others vanish before you can hold them? How memories from years ago can feel closer than yesterday, and dreams of the future sometimes feel like déjà vu. It's strange, isn't it, that time, which seems so constant, can bend, stretch, and fold around our perception. Tonight, we drift through the quantum corridors of time to explore one of the universe's deepest illusions. The idea that time, the ticking clock, The moving arrow may not actually exist at all, at least not in the way we've been taught to believe. Close your eyes now. Imagine a great cosmic ocean. No beginning, no end, only endless motion. Every drop of water a moment, every ripple a heartbeat, from your first breath to your final sigh, all floating together, not in a line, but in a shimmering sphere. This is time, not linear, but circular. An eternal dance of now, Einstein once said. The distinction between past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion. And he meant it, because when you look deeply into the laws of physics, you discover something astonishing. The equations that describe the universe work perfectly fine without time. They do not care about yesterday or tomorrow. They describe patterns, relationships, vibrations. But time, as we feel it, is something our consciousness adds. To make sense of the infinite, imagine space and time as a vast woven fabric, stretching across the cosmos. Einstein called it space-time. And when something with mass moves through it, like a planet or you, it bends the fabric, it curves. And that curve is what we experience as gravity, but hidden inside that same curve is another effect. Time itself begins to warp, to slow down, to stretch near a black hole. A single minute can pass for you, while centuries race by for someone far away. Time, it seems, is not constant at all. It's elastic, fluid, malleable, and deeply personal. So if time can bend, if it can slow and twist, could it also loop? Could it return to itself like a circle closing? Some physicists believe yes. They speak of closed time-like curves, paths through space-time that lead not forward, but back to the same moment, the same breath, the same heartbeat, perhaps. The universe does not march, it breathes, expanding and contracting, awakening and sleeping, in endless cycles of creation. Now imagine that your entire life exists at once, every moment, past, present, future, already there, already alive, like pages in a book. When you live, you're simply reading one page at a time, but the book itself has always existed. All pages written, all destinies alive, waiting for your awareness to touch them. And maybe dreams are moments when you slip between pages, when your consciousness drifts beyond the boundaries of the linear and glimpses other parts of your own story. A childhood yet to happen, an old age already lived, a moment that feels familiar because, in another version of now, you have already stood there. Have you ever woken from a dream of the future and watched it unfold in real life? Or felt a deep knowing that a path you are about to take is one you've already walked? Quantum physics might say you have, because the future may already exist, just waiting for your awareness to illuminate it. Think of light traveling from a distant star. That light left millions of years ago, yet when you look at it tonight, it feels immediate, present, but you are seeing the past. It is how the universe communicates with itself, a silent conversation across infinite distance, and maybe it's the same hidden conversation we feel between human hearts. Picture the night sky now, each star glowing softly, every beam of light stretching across billions of years. And yet, beneath that vastness, everything is connected. Every atom in your body was once part of a star. Every breath you take contains particles that have drifted through ancient trees, through oceans, through others, The air you breathe has been shared by countless beings, each exhale linking you to all who ever lived. You are, quite literally, entangled with everything. Now imagine your heart, quiet and steady, beating in rhythm with someone else's, perhaps someone you love deeply, someone you haven't spoken to in years. Still, when you think of them, something stirs inside, a vibration, faint but unmistakable, that is your own kind of entanglement, not through wires or signals, but through shared experience, shared energy, a thread that continues to hum between you. Quantum entanglement defies distance. It laughs at separation, and so do we, because love, empathy, intuition, they behave in the same strange way. We feel people we cannot see. We sense moods before words are spoken. We dream of those we've lost, and wake up with the certainty that they are still near. Scientists now know that when particles become entangled, they behave not as two, but as one system, no matter how far apart. And maybe that's what we are, not isolated beings, but part of one vast living field of consciousness, a web of awareness stretching through time and space. Each of us a glowing node in a network of infinite connection. Imagine for a moment that your thoughts are ripples on a pond. When you feel joy, that vibration travels outward, touching others, even those you'll never meet. When you love, that energy expands across the field, resonating through the quantum sea. Perhaps when someone far away suddenly feels peace, it's because your heartbeat reached them. In a way, science is only beginning to understand. Did you know that your heart emits an electromagnetic field several feet wide, constantly interacting with the fields of others? This is measurable, observable. When two people stand close, their heart rhythms begin to synchronize, the body's own dance of entanglement. The heart becomes both signal and receiver, tuning into the emotional frequencies of others. And when you sleep, that resonance doesn't stop. Your dreams continue to pulse through that invisible field, your emotions rippling gently through the quantum ocean. Now imagine floating in that ocean, weightless and warm beneath the surface. You see shimmering threads of light, golden, blue, violet, stretching in every direction, connecting you to stars, to people, to memories. Each thread vibrates softly with a heartbeat, a pulse of energy and meaning. This is not fantasy, it is the living structure of reality. A web so vast that no part can move without touching another. And as you drift deeper into rest, you feel yourself merge with it. Every breath you take becomes the universe breathing. Every beat of your heart echoes across eternity. Quantum physics tells us that when entangled particles separate, they remain part of one state, a hidden unity beyond space, beyond time, and maybe that's what your soul truly is, not confined within your body, but spread across dimensions, entangled with every life you've ever touched, every memory, every version of you across the multiverse. When you dream of someone, perhaps it isn't imagination. Perhaps your consciousness is simply following those threads, finding the vibration that matches your heart, meeting them halfway in the field of sleep. The dream becomes a bridge, a reunion beyond the limits of the physical, and when you wake, you carry the echo of that meeting, a feeling, a scent, a calm, knowing that they were near, because in a way, they always are. Now breathe softly, feel your chest rise and fall. Imagine that each breath sends ripples of calm through the field around you, like light waves through water. Somewhere, someone else feels it, an unexplained ease, a sudden comfort, a quiet moment of peace, because connection is never lost, only transformed. Energy doesn't disappear, it shifts, and consciousness, the deepest energy of all, moves freely. Always, scientists have entangled photons across kilometers. But imagine entangling hearts across worlds. Imagine that love itself might be the purest form of entanglement. A connection so deep that even death, even distance, cannot sever it. When you love, you create resonance. When you remember, you reawaken that thread. And when you forgive, you release waves of harmony through the field. The quantum heartbeat of the universe beats through you. It whispers, I am you, you are me, and we are everything. So as you drift deeper into sleep, let yourself feel those threads around you. Threads of people who've smiled at you once. Threads of those you've lost and still love. Threads of future friends waiting to meet you. They shimmer softly in the dark, not chains, but connections. Each one glowing gently with care, each one alive with the rhythm of the cosmos. You are not alone. You never were. You are part of a network older than time. A symphony of vibrations intertwined through the smallest particles of being. Your body is stardust. Your mind is light. And your heart is the quantum drum, keeping time with the heartbeat of creation. Now feel that rhythm deepen, feel it slow, the beat of your heart merging with the pulse of the earth, the pulse of the stars, until there is no separation at all. You and the universe breathing together, in perfect synchrony, one pulse, one song, one infinite thread of love. So rest now, let those connections hold you. Let the threads hum quietly in the dark. You are safe within their weave. You are seen, you are known, you are loved. Even in silence, even in sleep, the quantum heartbeat continues. Beating softly beneath every dream, whispering gently that nothing is ever truly apart. Not in this universe. Not in any universe, not ever. Have you ever noticed how some moments feel endless, while others vanish before you can hold them? How memories from years ago can feel closer than yesterday, and dreams of the future sometimes feel like déjà vu. It's strange, isn't it, that time, which seems so constant, can bend, stretch, and fold around our perception. Tonight, we drift through the quantum corridors of time to explore one of the universe's deepest illusions. The idea that time, the ticking clock, the moving arrow, may not actually exist at all, at least not in the way we've been taught to believe. Close your eyes now. Imagine a great cosmic ocean. No beginning, no end, only endless motion. Every drop of water a moment, every ripple a heartbeat, from your first breath to your final sigh, all floating together, not in a line, but in a shimmering sphere. This is time, not linear, but circular. An eternal dance of now, Einstein once said. The distinction between past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion. And he meant it, because when you look deeply into the laws of physics, you discover something astonishing. The equations that describe the universe work perfectly fine without time. They do not care about yesterday or tomorrow. They describe patterns, relationships, vibrations. But time, as we feel it, is something our consciousness adds. To make sense of the infinite, imagine space and time as a vast woven fabric. Stretching across the cosmos, Einstein called it space-time. And when something with mass moves through it, like a planet or you, it bends the fabric, it curves. And that curve is what we experience as gravity, but hidden inside that same curve is another effect. Time itself begins to warp, to slow down, to stretch near a black hole. A single minute can pass for you, while centuries race by for someone far away. Time, it seems, is not constant at all. It's elastic, fluid, malleable, and deeply personal. So if time can bend, if it can slow and twist, could it also loop? Could it return to itself like a circle closing? Some physicists believe yes. They speak of closed time-like curves, paths through space-time that lead not forward, but back to the same moment, the same breath, the same heartbeat, perhaps. The universe does not march, it breathes, expanding and contracting, awakening and sleeping, in endless cycles of creation. Now imagine that your entire life exists at once, every moment, past, present, future, already there, already alive, like pages in a book. When you live, you're simply reading one page at a time, but the book itself has always existed. All pages written, all destinies alive, waiting for your awareness to touch them. And maybe dreams are moments when you slip between pages, when your consciousness drifts beyond the boundaries of the linear and glimpses other parts of your own story. A childhood yet to happen, an old age already lived, a moment that feels familiar because, in another version of now, you have already stood there. Have you ever woken from a dream of the future and watched it unfold in real life? Or felt a deep knowing that a path you are about to take is one you've already walked? Quantum physics might say you have, because the future may already exist, just waiting for your awareness to illuminate it. Think of light traveling from a distant star. That light left millions of years ago, yet when you look at it tonight, it feels immediate, present, but you are seeing the past.